All right. Hi, how's it going? How have you been? My name is Bo, and this is Bo's Slow English. Today I will be speaking in my normal speed. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback about my normal speed speaking vlogs, so I'm really conflicted because my channel is called Bo's Slow English, and I know some of you are still at a beginner level, so I hope that this video is still helpful for you, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, so if the speed is too fast today, then check out my older vlogs where I am speaking in a slower speed. Don't worry, I will incorporate those slower speed videos again. I'm just trying out this normal speed for now. Today I want to talk about how learning English can be lonely. Well, learning any language can be lonely. If this topic resonates with you, then stick around because I have lots to say about it. When I say resonate, I mean this topic relates to you or you relate to the topic. As some of you know, I am a language learner myself. I took Spanish for 6 years in school when I was younger. I recently started learning French. I learned French for about maybe 2 to 3 years until I started my YouTube channel. And I will always be a lifelong Korean learner. Korean is my first language. However, I certainly do not think in Korean anymore. I learned English when I was young, and that took over my brain. My Korean sounds like I'm like 8 years old. As human beings, we want to feel like we have a community. But a lot of times when you're picking up a new hobby or learning a new language, sometimes you don't have access to a community. And that's why a lot of you have come to my YouTube channel, because it makes you feel like, oh, I'm not alone. There are other people out there who are struggling with the same thing as me. I don't actually like to use the word struggling, so let's substitute that for finding it to be challenging. In my personal experience when learning languages, I felt some negative emotions about it. I'm not going to lie. Anytime I, and maybe you, encounter a challenge, it's frustrating. I get it. With my personal experience of learning languages, part of why it felt lonely for me is because I'm in my own head about it. When I say I'm in my own head, I mean I don't really have anyone to talk to about my experiences or the challenges of learning a language. Sometimes I overanalyze things, sometimes I understand what the other person is saying in the foreign language, but then I freeze. Sometimes I translate the words from my native language, which is English, to the other language. And sometimes I feel really embarrassed. This is all normal. You are a human being, and no matter what you are learning, whether you're learning the piano or violin or learning how to drive a car, anything that is new is going to be challenging and you're going to feel some negativity around it. So if you have ever felt this feeling, this negative feeling before, comment below, and I think you'd be surprised to see how many other people are on the same boat as you. Speaking of on the same boat, that is an excellent idiom. To be on the same boat as someone means that you understand what they're going through and you understand what they're feeling. Let me tell you a short personal story. When I was in high school, I went to a public school, so a free school. I was friends with a group of girls who went to a very prestigious private school. When I say prestigious, I mean it was expensive and it was very high class. At this private school, it was a requirement to learn French. When I would go to their parties and their houses, they would always speak French in front of me, and I did feel a little bit left out. Even though I felt left out, I was still very curious about what they were saying, and I think that is the impetus of why I wanted to learn French. Impetus means the reason or the start of. Oh, and to feel left out means that you are in a social setting and they are saying something or doing something, but you don't understand what's going on. So I felt left out because my friends were speaking French in front of me and I had no idea what they were saying. As an adult, when I do try to converse with someone in a language that I'm somewhat familiar with, I feel left out still because I don't understand the jokes, or I don't understand the little idioms and the phrases that they have. And of course, I do not understand their fast speech. When I did build up the confidence to speak French or Spanish or Korean to a native speaker, I felt embarrassed. But you have to remember, usually the person that you're speaking to, so the native speaker, they are not going to judge you. They are going to be more understanding about your position of not being fluent in the language. When someone is trying to speak English to me, I'm very laser focused on what they're trying to say so that I can understand them and feel comfortable. I think a lot of people are like that. I think most people want to be nice, kind people. And if you do encounter someone who's not very nice and they give you negative feedback about not being able to understand you, you shouldn't be around them anyway. Something else that I noticed throughout my life, but also while learning languages, is I compare myself to other people. But that's really not fair on me. And if you do the same thing, that's not fair on you. What I mean by that is you are not on the same journey as someone else. I remember in high school when I was taking Spanish, there was a girl in my class whose Spanish was way better than mine. For that reason, I was comparing myself to her. And then I learned that she actually has Spanish-speaking relatives. And it doesn't make sense for me to compare my speaking abilities with hers. I want to give you another example. I've had my YouTube since May 2024. I am proud of the success of my channel, but sometimes I compare myself to other English teachers who have millions and millions of subscribers. Why would I do that? They all started way before me. They've been doing this whole YouTube thing for almost a decade. I only started 2 years ago. So with learning languages, it can be the same thing. Just focus on yourself, focus on your own success, and try to ignore any external noise, or in other words, don't compare yourself to other people. Don't forget to celebrate small wins. When I say small wins, I mean small accomplishments. Here's an example. One of my most favorite words to say in French is airport, aéroport. And I remember for many, many months when I would try to pronounce that word, I could not get it out. It did not sound like a native speaker. And eventually, my mouth muscles and my tongue muscles and my brain, it all started to come together, and I was able to pronounce it closer to a native speaker. And just because I was able to finally pronounce that one word, airport, in French, I felt so proud of myself. So I want you to celebrate small wins when you are learning English every day. Let me know what your small win is today or this week, and let's see what other people say. Use the comment section below as your way to connect with the community. Don't forget, confidence usually comes after uncomfortable moments. You should not expect to feel comfortable immediately, and you certainly should not expect yourself to become fluent in English in no time. So these things take time, just like any other new hobby that you've picked up. And just keep in mind that you're not going to feel confident immediately until you start to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. One of the most important things that I've learned recently is praising effort. So if I haven't told you recently, I'm going to tell you now that I'm very proud of you and the effort that you're putting into learning English. I hope you're proud of yourself. Why do you want to learn English? I really want to know. I'm very curious. Name a small win or accomplishment that you had today, English related or anything in general. What tip would you like to share with the community here that has helped you throughout your English journey. Anything at all. It could be about your speaking, your listening, your reading. What am I missing? Oh, your writing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. My goal for this video is for you to understand that you're not alone. Even though you may feel like you're alone throughout this whole English learning journey, you're not alone. You have a whole community here. So let's boost each other up, and don't worry, your confidence will come. But first, you need to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and if you or anyone you know could benefit from my new English channel, which is for kids, families, and super beginner English learners, please check it out. The link is below. I really appreciate your time today, and of course, I thank you for your effort, and I will see you next time. Bye!